I heard that the bow was crying at her window one night.
Yeah.
And she was combing her hair, sitting on this window.
Big long hair down her back.
And this fella couldn't listen right along on it. We'd hand out in the window and he gripped the comb.
Yeah.
And she roared and she bawled for 4 or 5
enough.
nights anyway. And someone made this man go to the priest to see what would he do.
Yeah.
So I went to the priest anyway, and the priest said, hand her back the comb, but hand her back with the fire tongs.
Yeah.
Because she'd naturally take the arm off you. So eventually he did. And she broke the tongs across in the middle. So he was lucky to escape with his arm.
She was savage.
Yeah. Savage. Yeah.
I heard a story about the bow one time. This fella, he's dead now, he's dead a good few years. He was a great old character. He said that the bow used to come every Friday night to his back window and she'd bawl away there. And she'd be combing the long hair, he said. What he said, I opened the window this night, he said I was fed up with her. And I put out my hand quick, he says, to take the comb off her. And the 4 fingers, he said, bled for 3 days from the way she scratched his hand. So he said the nails must have been a foot long on her. Whether they were or not, I don't know, but he had that story. He believed in it, so I was young at the time, I had to believe in it too. Whether it ever happened or not, I don't know.
The Banshee we used to call it. It's a very sad cry, you know. But they only follow different names, and I was with my uncle. That was scared of my life, sure. And it was in about 20 yards of us, you know, this real sad cry. And he said that's the Banshee. She won't do you any harm, he said. He said, Mary Murphy will die sometime tonight. He said, she's coming for her.
Yeah.
So because at the time it was, not a word of a lie, at the time it was. That woman died at that time, 10 minutes to 12 at night. Yeah. And I was scared of my life. You know, going home, he had to take me up to the door, you know, going in.
Yeah.
He said, you'll be able to go across the fields, he said, on your own. And the tears was in their eyes, you know, going to cry. Yeah, afraid of me, scared of my life. But he cracked the match and you heard it about 3 miles away from there. You know, the sad sound again. But when I told people, they said, you're fucking talking, you know, load of bull, you know, no such thing. But I reckon there is, you know, I really believe there. You know, it couldn't be anything, it wasn't definitely a cat. A cat wouldn't have gone 3 miles in the distance, do you know what I mean? With the same very, very sad cry, you know.
Or they called it the bow or the Banshee. Well now, of course, the stories I would have heard. One was a fella who worked at the farmhouse over the road. Well, he was coming home one night from the pub, of course, and he maintained he couldn't, there was a river and a little bridge, and of course he said he was there all night, he couldn't come home, that this one was sitting there combing the hair, but I mean he was after spending the night in the pub, so you mean you take it. But he had to sit on this style and couldn't go home.
I remember, now I didn't hear anything, but my sister, we were in bed, and sometime in the morning she said she heard the bow. She heard this awful screeching outside, and it stayed for a while and then it went away. And we did get a telegram or something like that from America the next day to say that her aunt had died in America. Now, I don't know how, maybe it's coincidence now, but she always said that she heard that screeching going on.
Well, they had a Banshee's tree above on the rock now, I know where it is. And I used to hear my grandmother saying, the Banshee's tree is up there. And if there were anyone going to die by the name of MacDonald and, well, there were 3 or 4 names now especially, she used to follow him.
Yeah.
And that when they'd be going to die, this Banshee would be up in this tree.
You're over there, down at the church, where you were living.
Yes.
They used to, bow was supposed to be come out there.
Aye, we didn't hear him
You
since
never saw him?
not since I moved in anyway.
There was a fella walking by there one night,
No.
and he was drunk, and he was taking a shortcut down through the gate there at your house.
Yeah.
And my mother said that the bow shouted at him to stand back, and the man was too drunk to stand back, went to go open the gate. The gate bursted out and broke his ribs and put him in hospital for a while.
Did you ever see that, you know, when you're spreading the manure?
Yeah.
You'd find an old comb or that.
Yeah.
Some of the blokes wouldn't touch it. They say, don't touch that. That's the Banshees.
Yeah.
There'd be teeth gone out of it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it was or not, or somebody dropped it out of their pocket. But I've seen it a few times, and they said, no, you're not touching that. Take up that, you could come back after you tonight, you know.
So, supposing you were somewhere now out in a field or something and you found a comb, you know, and oh, that's the bow's comb. Don't attempt to touch that. Just leave it there. Oh, you'll be unlucky if you touch that.
Over in Courthill, the one came and she found the bow's comb outside the door. She brought it in with her, and the bow came looking for it, and someone said to her not to hand it to her. And she put it on the end of the tongs.
Yeah.
She had at the fire, and she handed it out through the door. And the bow took the top and all off the tongs.
No, the bow was supposed to be, I don't know, it's a creature, like some kind of a creature that the bow is. But I suppose they call her kind of like a witch or something. I wonder or something. Yeah. The bow, yeah. But thanks be to God. Thank God. I never heard the bow anyway. I don't want to hear either.
We have a stream down there. She was supposed to be in. I was often going home from stations here to Shop in the night time, and when you go to that, by God, you would knock spots out of the road already, in case the bow was there washing
You would, but if an old fox gave a bark, I'd say you'd probably drop dead.
God, stop.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I remember being at home one night with my uncle, and it was a cold, frosty night, and I went out with him to see sheep, and we heard the bow, as he called it, up in the field. Well, of course, I run like hell when I heard the bow, you see, because at that time, like, the bow was a terrible thing to be hearing. Or if you're in the vicinity at all, you go, you get inside, you get in under the bed or get into bed or something. So I firmly believed this was the bow, and he believed it too. But the next morning, I was going up into the same field, and I saw a dog hanging over a root of an ash tree on the side of the ditch. Big log on the dog. And what it was the dog bawling instead of the bow. That was the bow I heard. That was the bow that man heard too. So I think it was very misleading, I think, the bow being heard. Could be, you know. Fairies and bows and a whole lot of them.